side of the Park Drive neighbourhood. Today we're going to go back and carry on with our house because I don't believe we actually got it finished. I don't think we did. No, we didn't. We're still sort of touch and go with kind of working away with it, but I am liking it as such. I'm not as keen on the garage door. The garage, in my opinion, is a little bit annoying because the garage is 4 high, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is technically the size of 1, 2, 3, 4. See, technically the size of all of our garages round here. We do all our garages 4 high. Again, I'll show you another example of one. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the roof starts right on top of the garage door. Now, personally, I would have liked to have had one of these gutters, or let's at least say what I use for one of these gutters, but unfortunately, I can't do that because it won't allow it to happen. Like, I prefer the gutters to stick out like this, but unfortunately, I can't exactly. I could do this, like if I was to go ahead and do this, I could go ahead and do this. Big Jack New. Yo. I could go ahead and put this here and then put that on top. Like, the house is based off of a real life house somewhere, but you see how that just makes it look a lot more, you know, like the garage door is kind of set behind the gutter. Yeah, you know what? Forget whatever Diddley Charlie said. We're going to go ahead and go with that. I'm going to get a sandstone, a quartz slab, and then I'm going to put myself a stair there, a stair there, a slab there, and a slab there. I'm not really exactly what you would call fussed. Now, I like it like that. I'm going to take that like that. Nope, I will get there in the end. Take that up there, take this up here, take that all the way up there. Can you MC at a mate wedding? Where is it? Where is the mate's wedding? Because you know, like, I personally, I don't drive myself in real. So if I was to do any gigs, I would probably have to get somebody like my granddad to give me a lift. And, you know, if I did that, then I'd have to pay him for fuel, depending, you know, like how far it is. And if I was to do that, then if you wanted me to MC for the wedding, I would probably... Hull. Oh, Hull? Really? Oh, well, that's not that far from where I live then. To be fair with you, if I'm possibly that honest with you, which, you know, I am, I could possibly, depending on like how you would want it type thing, like, I could possibly just get the train sometime, but it also depends when the wedding is. Like, when is the wedding? That's, you know, that's my next question to you, because you know, it's, you know, a big sort of, let's say, a big deal for me would personally be when the wedding would be, because I have some things coming up. How much do you take an hour? Well, I've never done gigs before, and I've never really looked into the price of gigs. But like I say, I would probably charge a little bit for the travelling, which, to say it's only Hull, it's like, you know what, from me it's like 21 miles. So for the price of the travelling, I would probably charge, I'd probably charge about, I don't know, let's say about, you know, £25 for the travelling to Hull. And then, depending on how long the wedding went, depending on how long you wanted me at the wedding, would all kind of depend on, you know, the price wise, and you know, it would all depend on like exactly what you'd want me to do, like, because if I was doing a wedding, for example, I would, you know, if you wanted me to do stuff like, you know, forgotten what it's called, you know, like, you know, say like, you know, kind of like a speech, if you know what I mean. Um, oh, just for an hour. Oh yes, I'd probably charge about 25 quid for the travelling. And then for an hour I'd probably do you probably about £15. So you'd be looking around the £45 mark in my personal experience. I mean, like I say, I've never really done this stuff, like, but yeah, I'd possibly say £45 for the, you know, for me emceeing for the hour, and then, you know, so it'd be like the 15 quid for me emceeing for the hour. Wait, 2 secs. You've got, you've kind of got me going here. Wait, 2 secs. And yeah, I saw your message as well, Martin. I just want to work this out a sec. Right, wait. Right. Sugar. Am I going blind? Alright, so 15. Add 25. Alright, yeah, so you'd be looking around £40 to be fair. Like £40 really. Because like I say, I do possibly 25 for the travelling. Or I might put the travelling down to 20, seeing as though it's only Hull. But you know, possibly 25 for the travelling. Then I'd put probably £15 on for the hour, bearing in mind, you know, probably £15 an hour. So if you wanted me for more than an hour, which you said you wanted me for the hour, you know, it'd probably be the £15. And to be honest with you, that would possibly be all it would cover. Equipment wise, I don't have tons of equipment at the moment what I can use for emceeing, in that sense. Like, I don't have like loads of equipment, but I do have some stuff. So I don't know, like, wherever the wedding is would like supply anything for music. Like, I can sort out for microphone, but in terms of like how you want the music going through for my emceeing is, you know, would be kind of like, you know, something possibly the venue would have to sort out. Like I can bring a device for music, but in terms of speakers, I don't have a pair of speakers, you know. Why you put the party to 2 players last night? Do you not like me? Yeah. No. No, the reason why I did that is, you know, it's not until next year, mate. Oh, well, I could possibly get some equipment by then, you know. Equipment's no object. Like, I'm kind of looking at, you know, wanting equipment for birthdays and Christmas anyway. But if you get back to me, you know, we should be able to sort something out. And I invited someone else tried to join, Martin. And I accidentally set it to 2 players, but I didn't realise until I was about to leave, and then I realised that was why you never joined back. So my mistake, of course. That was, you know, that was obviously why you never joined back, because I'd done that. But yeah, you know, if you think about hiring me, that would be your personal, that'd be your deal, guys. That'd be your deal. Rob, and you know, that's what I do. It also, you know, what style of music you'd want me to play as well. Bearing in, you know, I do, you know, it sort of depends, like, because I can do like MCs to, like, you know, fast tunes, you know, like fast Marquina and Donk tunes, stuff like that to get the session going. Or, you know, or if you'd want me to do something a little bit more like slower, you know, like maybe some funky house and, you know, And obviously it also depends like who would be going to the wedding, age group wise as well, like in terms of obviously what I'd say in the MCs, like obviously if little kids and that were going, then I obviously won't start talking about a load of knives and guns and drugs obviously. But I could go for an hour and do a couple of my songs and just be there, that type of thing. So, but like I say, nearer the time, if you let me know. But by the way, if you do want to book me officially for it, you can actually click book now on my Facebook page, and I believe it links you to Gmail where you can send me an email about it, and then we can go ahead and then we can go ahead and then you can go ahead and book me a bit more professionally there when it's nearer the time, obviously, and that sort of thing. But yeah, like I say, because I don't drive at the moment. If it had been somewhere a lot further, it's just a daft idea. Might not happen. It's not. Oh, you know what? Well, if you do want it to happen, just let me know. Like that's roughly what I'd do. But let's hope it does happen, because it'd be like probably maybe by next year it won't be, but as of the now it would be the first gig I've ever done, and it'd be an amazing opportunity to go and like do that sort of stuff more professionally. That would like mean the world to me so much, to be able to go and do something like that live on stage. Well, live in a venue place, if you get me. Like it'd really entertain me. Doing something like that would really. Oh, I've took this way too far. But yeah, thanks for the inquiry anyway. Helps. Helps me out to know. Alright, well, I'll catch you later then, Martin. But like I say, that invite was, when I put the party limit down to 2, that was because someone else was trying to join who I didn't want to join. I accidentally did it too many, and then I didn't realise, and then by the time I had realised, you probably would have given up trying to join. So, like I say, my fault. Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. But nah, it's cool, Stampy, man. But it was literally a genuine mistake. Like, I was pretty tired as well, so. I mean, I'd never not want you to join. I mean, even Ant did say, Stampy, oh, I wonder why Martin never joined back, and I said, I don't know, he must be having internet trouble. Because I literally had no clue that, oh, we've done this wrong. Because I had no clue that I put the limit so far down. But yeah, we've done this wrong. It's supposed to go one back, so the gutter sticks out for the garage. There we go. Take this up here, like this. So yeah, guys. So if you guys don't actually know, I've been practicing DJing like every lunchtime. So if you guys don't know, I have an app on my iPad called DJ Pro, and you basically just simply allows you to mix your iTunes library songs together. And there's like a normal DJ, there's a DJ Pro, and basically the DJ Pro they're both pretty advanced. Like, they're not simple. You can like actually connect full DJ decks to them and stuff like that. They're not, they're not just like they're not just like a simple thing what's not worth buying. They do go like pretty technical, and you can do a lot of like proper full on like house mixes and stuff with them. So I've been practicing each dinner time because I want to get better at it, because I absolutely love DJing and I want to study it more, and as well as being able to MC, so eventually I can make my own songs, mix my own songs together and MC to them. And yeah, basically like, what goes down is, or what went down is I do mixes every dinner time. So I eat my lunch while I'm like on a lunch break from work, and then as soon as I've eaten my lunch, I stick DJ Pro on, and I basically have a practice at mixing. And I do like a different mix each day. So one day I'll do like a house mix, next day I'll do like a hardcore mix, and then the day after I'll do like an old school mix. So I'm kind of mixing it up, and they all go well. They go pretty sweet, good mixes. And then I get really close to the end of the mix, where I've been going for quite a while, and someone in the house starts talking to me about something, asking me a load of questions and saying you need to do this and remember to do that. And then I end up like not mixing the next song in to the song that I was playing, or I end up like messing it up because I'm trying to focus on what they're saying. But at the same time, I don't want to ruin the sort of 25 to 30 minute mix what I've just been recording. Like, that amount of time is not something, you don't want the mix to go wrong when you've been going for all that amount of time. Like, if you've been going for like just a couple of minutes, it doesn't really matter, you can just simply restart it. But once you've been going for 30 minutes, you've then obviously lost that 30 minutes. You can't then do it again because your lunch break's going to be over, obviously. So I did a really sweet mix today. It was going absolutely, it was perfect. I wasn't making any mistakes. It was all sounding matching and in time, and it was all sounding good, like you want it to sound. And lo and behold, I got pretty close to the end of the mix. It was, it was going well, and I was soon thinking about ending it, and I was playing a song, and then someone in the house began talking to me and saying something to me, started asking me about something. And it ruined the mix because the song just played till the end. It didn't ruin it in some ways, but I had like a better way to end that mix, which would have just made it the all-time. It was good. It was that good. I was going to upload it. Like, now I don't think I'm going to upload it just because I wanted the ending. Just because I wanted the ending to go like the way I had it planned. But I'm going to keep practicing anyway, guys, despite the point. Keep trying. And hope that, I can keep becoming better. I want to get more equipment. Like I say, my birthday and Christmas, as far as what I'm asking for, is music equipment. Whether it, I want sort of like, some like proper podcasting equipment. I want some stuff to do with DJing, whether it's like, really, decent DJing headphones type thing. And I just basically want to start becoming a bit more professional in my music. But we'll just have to see where things go, really. Like, that's all I can really go ahead and say, like, that's all I really, in terms of like that, there's nothing like I specifically really want, just anything sort of to do with music, really, what'll take my interest to, like, mix with. It doesn't have to be the most best, because they say within music, they say that they say that you should technically start off at the bottom and work your way up. So like a DJ controller isn't just a DJ controller, and if you get one what's a bit more bigger, it's not just like, oh, you don't need one of them, you've already got one. It's sort of like you start off with with a smaller, more simpler one. You become better, you get better, and then basically what happens is you then get another one what's a bit more technical once you've done the more simple stuff and you want to learn the more technical stuff, basically. So all the time you're working your way up and you're making yourself more, you're making yourself more better, improving, rather than going out there straight away and buying a massive, grand and a half set of CDJs and then not having a clue how to use it because it's all too technical and too hard for you to work out, type thing. So that's why you got to start off with something small. Now, I personally would want something. I potentially want something what will go with my iPad, but at the same time will go with a laptop, which isn't always easy. It's not easy, to be fair. It's actually really hard to get something that'll go with an iPad. But I have seen some pretty cool ones, which would be like really cool. But I want to start doing things a little bit more, professionally. So at some point, I do want to start DJing on a proper controller. I want to start recording myself doing it, to see how it, and start getting myself out there a bit more. But we're just gonna, see how things go. And then same with MCing, I just want like podcasting microphones, maybe some cash to buy like a program or something on a laptop, and more or less take it from there. What I would like to eventually do is actually buy a Apple Mac laptop instead of a Windows, because they say that Apple Mac is a lot more better for like music creators. And if you look in like a lot of music studios, they all have like Mac computers and like MacBook Pros and stuff like that, and they all like run all the programs on there because apparently it's more better than Windows. I don't know why, but I think an Apple Mac's better. I've got an iPad, an iPhone. Why not have my laptop by the same make? So what I might do sometime is wipe the laptop I've got and then sell it in order to get, like a MacBook Pro or something like that. See what happens in that type of, category, and see if I could end up getting something like a MacBook Pro at some point, so I could like do something a little bit more, better. But as of for now, I'm obviously going to use the Windows PC because the Windows PC is what I've got. But I really do actually want to take my music more professionally. Been teaching myself how to play the keyboard today. Actually got pretty good at that, actually. I wouldn't say good, but I started getting somewhere with it, what was better than I had been doing with it. And, like I say, I just want to go ahead and really start studying the music a bit more and getting into it. Like I say, I want to be able to, like, make my own beats, mix my own beats together, and I want to be able to go ahead and, rap on the beats. So, yeah, I know what you mean, but, like, I'm not really fussed about games on the PC, but I do need to start looking at a program. You know what I mean? Like, I do need to like start looking for a program because I need to start working on a CD, which I'm gonna like what I'm gonna basically be announcing on my rap page this year. I'm doing a giveaway for it when it comes out. It's gonna be the Summer Rhymes 2017 album. You can go onto my page and enter. And basically, I'm gonna start the competition up when the CD's made. And basically, all you've got to do is comment, tag a friend, who might like the CD, or I don't know, or comment something like "I love CDs," and then I'm gonna go ahead and announce a winner for the MC Noble Rhymes CD, which should be pretty good. But I want to do it a little bit more professionally this time, as in like the album case and the album cover, and I want to make it more better, if that makes sense. So I want to see, like, my laptop can get my USB, download a video and stick it on my PS4. Yeah, true. So I need to start, working on this stuff really. I need to start finding the programs and finding ways to go ahead and, get into the music. That just actually reminds me, while I'm here, while I'm actually doing this, let me just go ahead and message somebody. Alright, just a sec. Where is it? Yeah, there's usually a, here we are. Here we go. What was the name of that program you used to record my studio track? Alright, I've just asked the person. I'm sure it was something like Audacity, but I can't remember as such. And it looks like he has seen it, so I'll wait for him to reply. I'm pretty sure it was Audacity. Yeah, it was. You can't tell anyone this. But the CD giveaway. Alright. Alright, 2 secs, guys. Oh, yo, camo. Yeah, my game went offline for some reason. See what he thinks. Like, I can't tell you guys anything about the CD. That's all I'm saying. Because when I do announce a giveaway for it, when whoever wins the CD, what I've made, which it could be anybody, could even be Camo, you never know, like if he was to enter when the giveaway happens, it could end up being anybody. Like, I'm not gonna pick people who I like as such, or who I don't like. I'm not, for example, like if somebody like Camo did win, it wouldn't be like, oh, you only pick Camo because you like him and you know who he is. It would literally be, what I'm going to do is literally pick names out of the hat. And then whoever wins would be whoever wins. But the catch is I'm going to do the giveaway more than once. So I'm going to put all the tracks onto well, I'm going to make a CD for myself. I'm going to make another 3 to give away. So 3 people could go ahead and give it away. Could win the giveaway. Then, you know, and then like once it's been like 6 months after the giveaway, all the giveaways have happened, I'm going to then just start letting friends and family have the albums, if you know what I mean. Like just say, oh yeah, I'll print them onto another disc and you can have one now. You know, because it won't be as fresh then. Like once I've given them away, people are gonna probably show it to other people, and then a lot of people are probably gonna end up hearing them, and you know, it's just, you know, it's not gonna be as sort of like fresh, is it? So like then you can have it, but then I'll probably do the same next year, or I'm probably gonna do the same for like different albums as well. Like Summer Rhymes isn't gonna be the only thing that I'm gonna do. God knows what's happening here. Oh. You know. And Camo, have you ever heard of Audacity? Probably. Audacity free editing software. Alright, yeah, sound. I'm using that to make my studio tracks basically, because I had a bit of studio track made before. I don't think we were friends at the time, and I basically got to go into a person who was running a studio and make a track in there, and he used the same, you know, he used the same program to record my voice and everything, and the track. So I want to like use that. And I've also gone ahead and completed the house look. What do you think? Well, I've just got the garden wall to do, but you know, I'm not exactly too sure if it's exactly what I like. Oh, well, actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, I have done it wrong. There actually should be. This actually should go another block higher. I'm such a noggin, aren't I? I thought the house looked a bit weird. You know, like something was missing. But, you know. think that's how I did it. Oh no, I've done it wrong. There we go. That looks a bit more better now, because that looks like the window's a bit higher, which is what I was kind of going for. Alright, looks like my Audacity's installing. Don't have much time to do anything on there tonight, but at least I can get it ready, which is good, which is absolutely sick. And guys, I actually got invited out again for tomorrow night. So as you guys know, like a couple of times lately, I've gone into town to have a few drinks with some friends, and basically, people go most weeks, but basically what happened is I used to go last year, and I used to go like every week, more or less, you know, let's say I used to go regular, and then I used to like message, a mate of mine and say, you're going to pub tonight. And then he started saying like, oh, I'm skint this week, mate. No, I'm not. And I asked him a couple of times, and then I'd leave it a bit, and then I'd ask him again, and then he'd be skint again, and he won't go. So I thought, well, maybe they just don't want me to go, type thing, or maybe they're not like going anymore, or maybe something's happened and they're not allowed in the pub and they're just not going anymore. So I decided to leave it, and time passed. And I spoke to a mate a while back. I'd just come back from somewhere. He said we'd have to go for a drink sometime for a catch up. And then I asked him if he was at pub one weekend, and I started going again. Then I decided to ask if anyone was at the pub this weekend, because I was last weekend rather, because I was a little bored. And I thought, I was meant to go out in Hull, but it was Father's Day, and I had to babysit the dog the next day because family members were going out. So I couldn't go and stop in Hull because, I had to be back for the dog. So I thought, well, is there any mates going for some drinks in town? Because I can go for some drinks in town. Then I can come back here at home, and then I'm here the next day for when I need to, obviously, sit the dog. And they were. And then I saw a lad today as I was walking into town to the bank, and he asked me if I was out tomorrow. And it just, I really can't really afford it this week, but, at the same time, when you really want to, because I enjoyed it so much last week, talking to people and friends who I hadn't seen since school, type thing. Now, I am actually on a day out tomorrow. I asked you guys if you wanted me to vlog it or not, which, I might not. I don't know yet. I'll, decide in the morning whether to take my camera or not. Which, if I saw anything I wanted to buy there, which I probably won't, because, like I say, I don't really want to buy anything at the moment. I'd rather, save it and go out for some drinks on the night, but I don't have exactly what's called that much. Literally, you buy a couple of pints and a shot and a tenner's gone. You buy a couple of pints and a shot and a tenner's gone. Going out can drain your money so much, but at the same time you have such a good time, but a pint is sort of £3 something to go, so by the time you've had 2 pints, that's £6, then another pint, that's nearly a tenner gone. And then if you move to another club, and people like me, I like having a few shots, but again, Jaeger bombs aren't exactly what you call cheap. They're 2 for a fiver or something, so you get 2, one for you, one for your mate. That's a fiver gone, and before you know it, you've spent, and then before you know it, you've obviously you've obviously wandered up quite a bit. So it was kind of more if nobody had have asked if I was going, I probably wouldn't have really thought about it. But the fact that someone said, oh, you out this Saturday night, and it kind of made me think I can't really, but then it made me think oh, but I really want to, now you've reminded me of it, it reminded me how much I'd like to, but sometimes you just have to say no's no, don't you, so, don't be surprised if you don't see me, trying to fit a stream in tomorrow and saying, look, you know, I'm going out later type thing. But at the same time, don't be surprised if I'm just streaming and not going anywhere. Like, it could work both ways, really. You know, I say that about a lot of things, and then they don't end up happening, or they do end up happening, or I say that something isn't going to happen, and then it does end up happening, type thing. Like, there was a rave one time at Brid, and, you know, it wasn't going to be that long until there was another one, and, you know, I wasn't sure if I could do it because it was a bank holiday weekend, and I said to you guys, but then I ended up doing it anyway, so, you know, you never know. Oh wow, it's actually here. We've actually installed it, guys. I actually have Audacity. Oh, sick. So yeah, like, I would like to go and socialise with people who I don't see much now. I'm not at school. But at the same time... Oh, sick. Oh wait, do I have to... Oh yeah, you do. And there's nothing to play, is there? Right, I'm going to have a look at this program. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm probably going to head off and leave the live stream here for today, because I want to have a little play about it, you know, using this, you know, this Audacity thing. You know, I need to go ahead and... Alright, so I've added a stereo track. Not obviously a playable stereo track, but I need to put the track in there. So I'm guessing that's... I'm just going to try something while I'm still on the stream, actually. Let me go to downloads. Come on. Come on, downloads. Ministry of Sound, I Love Trance. Yeah, let's just get this. So that's now moving the track. Whoa. Can I move that up? Oh yeah, that's better. So now... Yeah, so that's now playing, look. You know, sweet as a nut. Yeah, we get that. So now what I want to do is... Add new... No. Mix and render. No. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and put my voice over it, if you get me. So I wonder how you do that. Effects. Is it effect? No. Jane. Tone. No. Edit. File. No, I don't need to do anything in height. Analyze. Is it maybe? Oh yeah, I see. No. Right. Okay. Right. What we need to do is we need to Yo, listen. Yo, we're back again. Alright, now let's. Oh yeah, that did put my voice in, but, 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 it didn't. Delete. Oh, sugar. I maybe shouldn't have done that. Let's get it back. Alright, wait, it's exporting the track now. Wait, 2 secs. Yo, I'm back, guys. Okay then. Yeah, that actually kind of works in a fashion that I would be happy with. Like my voice was there, if you get me. Like my voice was there in the recording. That's what I wanted. That's exactly everything I wanted. Alright, now I can actually work away on this CD. Oh, you're Jamie, man.
Ah, you wee cunt.
Right, I'm actually starting to get the hang of this now.
Hang on, what?
Audacity. Um, I'm doing
She's
a.
a cheeky bugger, isn't she?
Oh, you sure?
I put them ones on today.
Yeah, I'm doing a thing
No.
for my
Come on.
Yeah, if you guys don't know on the stream, I'm doing a huge thing.
Are you gonna get down, dick face?
A whiskers are in my eyes. You want me to
Okay.
stroke your belly? Oh, you have a little belly rub. Go on.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know in the stream, on my MC Noble rap page, I'm basically making the Summer Rhymes album. The tracks have not been uploaded before, so they're all going to be like new MCs, what nobody has a clue about. Like they might say stuff that I've said in other MCs, but what I'm saying is I'm not using MCs I've already uploaded for the tracks. I'm studio making all the tracks, and when the album is made, it's gonna have a full album cover, track list on the back, CD sticker, so like like a
Come
printed
on.
thing
Move.
on the disc, and basically
Come on.
I'm doing a giveaway on my Facebook page where someone basically comments something, and then I'm gonna go live on the Facebook page when the thing is
Ugh.
done, so when the giveaway ends, and I'm gonna basically pick a load of it basically gonna pick like a name out of a hat, and basically what I'm gonna do is pick the winner. So I'll like pick the name out of a hat with my eyes closed, and whichever name comes out of the people what have entered by commenting, they basically go ahead and get the um they go ahead and win the CD, obviously. So the CD's probably going to roughly have
He
around
looked at me, he said, fuck you, and went
15
off.
to 20 tracks on it. I'll send an invite in a sec. Go word. I've just got to nip and do something. And it's just something fun to do. It's had a lot of support already by people knowing it's going to happen. So I'm just basically
Just
trying out
sniffing his ass.
studio programs at the minute, trying to get like a way to make some cool studio tracks. So I'll be back in a sec, and then people who want an invite can get an invite. People who want stuff answering, I'll answer.
Ashley, can have a look? Ashley, day watcher.
No, 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 no. Come on then.
Look, where'd you
Come
see
here
it?
then. No, you don't know. Come on then. Come here then. That's what you like, innit? Oh.
Such a fucking...
No, you can't go that way.
Ashley?
That way, Bobby. That way. Come on. No. No. That way. Amiya Donaci. He could sit there for hours, couldn't he?
Him? Yeah.
No.
When I first got him when I was in school, I used to have him out every single day.
What gadget? You're used to having that?
When I had just him, I used to have him out every single day. So he's such a mummy boy. He loves your mummy, didn't
Didn't I?
he? He does.
Who else is in this group?
His mum. Yeah. Oh, well, Ash the twat.
Because Kieran's gone for a shower.
But you know, I'm on
I don't really want it, so thought I'd have a look. Oh, fuck it, I'll finish building this.
Do you want to go in the cage with Ashley?
Okay, I'm back, guys. Is this? Oh, for God's sake! That does my head in.
I wouldn't choose trousers, okay?
What?
You don't like me anymore, do you?
I'm in the part. I know you are.
Okay. Okay.
I'm actually ending the live stream to have a play about with Audacity. So, like, subscribe, comment. We got the house finished in a fashion. Just needs a back wall and a lawn, basically. And then, you know, it's another house on there, which is good. Starting to get more houses
Yes, it's lovely.
on the neighbourhood.
Mm.
Go word, I'll invite
on.
you. Oh wait, I can't invite you to the game. I invited the message group to a party. Go
What game
word.
you on?
Me, Minecraft.
Invite me to your world.
Oh wait, I need to leave it and rejoin it because I got put into offline.
That way.
Right, 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 right.
Don't you
Long.
dare chew on my...
You know what? I don't think I've got that much time to play with Audacity, to be fair. So I'll probably just keep live streaming, I think.
I
Like,
use Samsung headset or the iPhone headphones on.
I don't like, you know. I'll be whispering soon anyway, so I'm gonna make a start on it soon though, guys. But yeah, guys. Oh yeah, how could I not tell you guys the bestest news
What?
ever? I'm on... Oh, you're understanding it now. Yeah, guys, we've literally... I can't believe I'm actually saying this. But
Them?
you know, basically in
yours, aren't they?
October, Retro Beach Festival,
What one's
and
you- what
it's
one's
like
on
a
about?
week before I go on holiday. Like a week before I go on a different holiday. Well, basically, I've been told today that if I save up, then I can go. So what that basically means is clubbing year's probably going to be hitting
Get
one
in.
of the biggest dance festivals of the year.
And you put
Like,
put him in.
like I actually can't believe I'm actually able to say this to you guys. It might not been out to you, but for me to say that we're possibly going to the Retro Beach
You can probably
Festival
try and get underneath there, but you can't.
is absolutely insane. So if you guys don't know what the Retro Beach Festival is, it's basically a huge old school dance festival basically. So loads of old school legends basically come onto the stage, like Alison Limerick, people who like did songs in the 90s era, and you know, people like K-Class, Alison Limerick, you know, people such as like Angie Brown, people who like sung like, you know, people who sung round the sort of like, you know, sort of like 90s era, and then they have like loads of DJs, you know, like Paul Taylor, and you know, like doing all the retro stuff. But the catch is, it's not just about the music. There's like food there's like food tents, there's fairground rides, there's literally all sorts happening. It's like a huge, you know, there's like loads, there's like, you know, loads of like fairground rides like Twister and Waltzers. There's loads of like stalls to buy glow sticks. There's like bar tents, well, beer tents.
It says you've exited the game.
Really? I did exit it, but I'm back in.
Oh.
Can I have an invite to... Oh, here we go. Yep. And basically, yeah, we're attending the beach festival, all being well. So as far as I know, this just goes on for a full day. It's not like one what starts Friday and Sunday type thing, where you like camp over. As far as I'm aware, it starts pretty early in the morning, finishes quite late at night type thing. And you know, you just dance all day. You know, food stalls,
Eh?
like I say. It's on the beach.
Oh, SBSC.
It's fresh. It's new. And you know, something I really, really wanted to attend, but as I say, I got told if I save up cash, then I can go. But I thought it was going to be too close to the holiday. But I will happily go. It's one thing. It's probably the biggest thing we'll do all clubbing year. It's probably the best thing we'll do this year, and it'll be a way to just end the summer and say, right, the summer's over. Can't wait to go ahead and end the summer with something as big as that. Which should be good. Can't wait. So we'll be doing that. Obviously, I think it's August the 12th. And then I think the week after is when I go across to the Isle of Man. So that weekend I will be away all Saturday, but I'll be vlogging for you guys. Back Sunday, uploading all week of the Retro Beach Festival. Then the week after, I'll be going across to the Isle of Man, and then the week after that, you'll be seeing like loads of bike vlogs of like bikes racing and stuff like that, which will be, which will be pretty good.
Pink.
So and don't get me wrong, guys, I don't want to make this whole clubbing year thing just about retro. I know like retro is my favourite style of music, obviously, but my aim isn't to make it all about retro and just do retro events. But
my house,
the Retro Beach Festival is just something that I really want to attend. It'll be something good, and there hasn't really been anything else happening in terms of other music like round the area. Like Brid's not been doing any remixes anymore, as you guys know. There's been no more Two Funkies, and like we've already been to Jack Rabbit's for like one event. They haven't really put anything on just yet what's exactly like mind-blowingly different. We have got Sunday school, which is like going across the whole Sunday afternoon. It's like 90s happy hardcore and rave. Like when hardcore music was first becoming big and people were like discovering like this really fast electronic sound, which is going to be good. It's also got like MC in there as well, just a little outdoor afternoon thing. But that's really it until the beach festival, if I'm completely honest, because I want to save up for the beach festival, of course. But if I do see anything small and local, if Brid does anything again at Utopia, I will be sure to be doing something there. But there isn't really going to be much happening until that beach festival time. Which I'll be vlogging the whole thing on camera for you guys for part of clubbing year, and should be good. Clubbing year's been a good year so far. So what have we actually done this year? Because when you think of clubbing year, we've actually seen quite a few live, professional famous DJs and acts.
I know what I'm gonna do.
So we started off at the beginning of the year with Too Funky with Michael Madison, DJ Cayman Kinder, and some other DJs. We then headed a week later to basically the Sugar Mill, where we just had a normal supported DJ doing dance anthems and house all night, which was quite good with the Dancing Dwarfs. We then headed to Glasgow and Hixie for remix. So we had Glasgow singing live on stage, we had DJ Hixie doing hardcore. We also had some other supported DJs doing some live mixes there. We then had Retro with Mark Plum, Paul Taylor and K-Class at Bridlington, which was a pretty good event. Paul Taylor could have been on for longer, but wasn't exactly what you would call the best thing.
I'd say she's more chilled
then
out
after that we had remix with Special D Club Filler. So Special D was mixing, Club Filler was mixing again Clubland anthems and hardcore, which was good. A week later we went to Jack Rabbit's and we had Angie Brown live singing songs like I'm Gonna Get You Baby, I'm Gonna Get You Yes I Am. Then we had Retro at the Keys in Yarm, which was the best event we've ever been to. If you didn't see the last video to that, not the My Thoughts video, the one before, watch it. I recorded the last 11 minutes of the night for a specific reason, to show you guys how big Retro actually is. So, you know, supporting that would be quite good. And now we're kind of here now. So we've done a lot of,
Why don't you keep that cage for AJ?
That's what I mean.
you know, we've got a lot of stuff happening, guys.
Put that on top of the cage.
I'm saying, you know, we've done a lot of stuff, guys, already this year. And coming up, like I say, Sunday school looks like a thing we could be doing, along with the Retro Beach Festival. You know, just nights out, really, isn't it? Like anything what's quite decent and good. But you know, the Retro Beach Festival would be good, not just because it's Retro and Paul Taylor, but because there's obviously going to be a lot more, you know, like K-Class there again. Get to see them a bit more better. You know, there's like Alison Limerick, who did the song Where Love Lives.
Hello?
You know, there's a lot of shiz happening, a lot of different live acts, and you know, people who have listened to like through CDs and stuff, but have never seen in real. So it's going to be exciting to go ahead and see them. Looking forward to going ahead and seeing them, of course, which is, you know, what the whole thing is obviously about. And then from there on, I'm not really sure, because, you know, obviously a lot of things haven't been announced yet for like really late on in the year, if you get what I mean. Like, we don't know like loads of events what are going to happen in like October, November and December. We only sort of know like for August up until, I mean, there has been a few events made for December, but nothing too much. There is one thing which is looking like it's going to be a definite, and I'm thinking about having my birthday party at Jack Rabbit's, which would be quite cool. I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, I'm also thinking about something else as well, which should be quite cool. Which I think would be something quite cool to do as well. But like I say, we're just going to have to exactly see exactly what goes down in Chinatown about this one. But I've actually been thinking about having my birthday party at Utopia instead. Now, I don't know if they exactly do birthday parties or not, but I would kind of like the idea of like having like DJ Kim and Kinder doing our music for my birthday type thing, because I would book Jack Rabbit's because I like the place Jack Rabbit's, but I don't think they would, I don't think they would get DJ Kim and Kinder to go there and DJ. Like, I think it would be their DJ, if you know what I mean, type thing. And I'd kind of like the idea of Kame and Kinder doing our music. I think it'd be quite cool if he did do our music, which would be, obviously like a pretty cool and interesting thing. But like I say, we're just gonna have to sort of see exactly what goes down in Chinatown, really, as to how things are obviously going to play out and react, which will be quite good. So we'll have to see exactly what happens. I don't know what to do here, guys. We have a pretty big space. I didn't know whether to put more houses in here, like do a road which comes down, turns into like a dead end street, and just put like a house here and a house here. Or I didn't know whether to do kind of like what we've got for the mansion over there, and just do like another big mansion, like another biggish house. Not really entirely sure yet what I'm gonna do on that front, whether I'm gonna exactly get something like that to happen. We're just gonna have to we're just gonna have to see what goes down as to whether I'm gonna get anything like that. You know, we might just do like another couple of big houses or something. But there is a pretty big space between, obviously, between like Jamie's house and in here. This is Jamie's house over here. You know. So.
What are you chatting
yeah.
about my house?
So we could probably put something in this space here. I don't know whether to just do trees or whether to bring a road
Yo,
down.
I could do a
and
yard.
You could do.
Do you know how Steve's got his own yard?
Yeah.
I could do my own
like
version.
oh, you mean like an SBSC yard?
Yeah.
You could do. Oh
You know
yeah,
what
guys.
I might do?
If you are wondering what happened to Jamie's character in Park Drive, he did leave for a while. He did leave. I believe he could be coming back. You guys will have to watch Park Drive. If you don't know what happened in the story of Park Drive, obviously you guys know that you know, in real Jamie left Park Drive for a bit, but in the story, if you missed it out and wondered why he's not been in episodes, basically he went on like a business trip to do with SBSC, and he basically had a little bit of trouble with Sean over here before he went. One of his places got flooded, and he basically just decided to stay over there for a while to take a bit of time out and focus on some of the SBSC dealerships over there before he thought about coming back here. If you didn't watch the episode, he left Harrison a note. He sent it through the post, and it went to his new house. And basically Jamie just has the house closed up where he lives here. Has the house closed up, as in he doesn't like, no one else lives here. It's just his empty house. Well, not empty, but locked up house. And if he wants to come back, then you know, he's got the same house kind of thing, because he still technically owns it. But I don't know if he might come back. You guys will just have to watch. There's obviously been more people since. Sid and his brother have now come into Park Drive, if you haven't been watching. And we've obviously got me doing Bill. We've got Ethan Woods, which is obviously played by Camo. And we have, then we still have like Derek, Noreen, Steve Woods. All the, original people so far.
No.
Which is good. And oh yeah, if you guys don't know, we also fixed up the graveyard a bit as well. I'll go through the graveyard again if you didn't know. So basically, if you think of Park Drive, and you think before Park Drive started, the way Park Drive started, Park Drive is meant to have been obviously around for years. So characters who are in there now, such as Noreen, lived here as a kid. So they would have had, mums and dads and grandmas and granddads. Yeah. So we decided to put their gravestones in at the graveyard to make it look like they did live here, but now, they've obviously passed away, and, they've obviously stayed buried here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you and read out names of gravestones and tell you who's related to who, and how they're that part of the family type thing. So first of all, we have Alfred Wiggy, who was born in 1945. He died in 2011. Alfred Wiggy has never been anything to do with Park Drive, as in since we started recording it. There's been no characters with the last name Wiggy. There's been nothing. There's been nothing to do with Wiggy. Wiggy is a really weird name, and the term Wiggy is just someone who would have lived here years ago, but now he's obviously passed away, and whoever was related to him who's still alive now has obviously either moved away or something's basically happened to him. We've got Becky Race, so this was Noreen's auntie. So Noreen's auntie, she was born in 1921, died in 1992, and basically you know, Becky Race, Noreen's auntie. So she would have obviously been Noreen's mum's sister, or Noreen's dad's sister, but it's actually Noreen's dad's sister. Sorry, not Noreen's mum's, because the race comes from dad, obviously. So that's actually Noreen's dad's sister, which, you know, she, like I said, born 1921, died 1992. So she did get quite old when you think about it. You think of that, 1921 to 1992. That's actually quite a lot of years. Like, think like 1931, she'd be 10. 1941, she'd be 20. 1951, she'd be 40. 1961, 50. 1971, 60. 1981, 70. And then 1990. So she'd be, well, you know, in the 80s, getting close to the 90s. So, you know, pretty old. We have Shirley Woods, who obviously died in the series. Born 1947, died 2016. You guys know that. Lisa Parson died in 2016. She was obviously Martin's daughter, but, well, actually Paul's daughter, but at the time of her being alive, everybody thought she was Martin's. Born 2006, died 2016, exactly 10 years old. We have Matthew Armstrong, 1964 to 2017. He was the postman of Park Drive, the one who always, you know, sang "I Want to Tell You It's True, I Love Posting Letters to You." Obviously died in episode 50. Mary, which we still need to give her a maiden last name. She would have been Mary Loveridge, but then she divorced Jamie, so she would have gone back to her maiden name. Never given her one yet, so I need to change that. But she was 1993 to 2017. Like I say, died episode 50. We've got Shin Jai Chong, who's just a random Asian person who never appeared in Park Drive, never had any relatives over here since Park Drive was recorded. Bit like Alfred Wiggy, but, you know, just never a family what's ever been recorded in the Park Drive series. 1960 to 2015. So, you know, that was Mary. We've got Neil Woods. So Neil Woods is actually Steve Woods' dad. So Steve Woods' dad died in a car accident, apparently, years ago, along with his brother. We need to put his brother next to it, but we haven't come up with his brother yet. And Neil Woods was obviously married to Shirley Woods, who obviously is now dead as well. And, you know, that's Neil Woods, that's, you know, Steve Woods' dad, which is, you know, we actually have Phil McCracken, died 2017, went too soon, anal badly, if you get the joke. Phil McCracken, anal badly. I'm pretty sure you get the gist. In loving memory of Tom Tucker. Don't know when he died. No, nothing on the grave. We'll come down here. Yeah, we have Timmy Woods. So Timmy Woods is actually Steve Woods' granddad. Steve Woods' granddad. So, you know, obviously Steve Woods' dad's dad. He was born in 1926 to 1970. You know, so we tried to do this realistically. Like, we didn't make it look like every person died of old age. Like, you know, some people may have, like, been shot or ran over or died in a house fire. You never know. Like, we didn't make every old person act like they got to an old age. Timmy Woods did get, you know, average old. You know, if you think of, like, Neil Woods, 1943. So Neil, you know, would have had Steve round about probably round about 1970, probably round about 1970 something. you know, around the 1970s mark, maybe a bit less. So Steve would have, you know, technically seen his granddad for a little bit. You know, maybe not, depends. We've got Laura Smith. Laura Smith, again, is nothing to do with Park Drive, 1929 to 1975. Never shown in Park Drive. There is some Smith families in Park Drive, but maybe we might make this something. Maybe like this could be like Sydney's grandma or something, and this is where she was buried or something. Who knows? We've got Sammy Race, 1921 to 1980. So this was Noreen's mum. So Noreen obviously would have had a mum. This is who it would have been. And, you know, people who have never been revealed in the series but would have been there years ago. So then we've got Betty Loveridge, who is actually meant to be Jamie and Harrison's grandma, 1930 to 2005. As you can see there, Betty would have played as Jamie's grandma, but, you know, is no longer available anymore. And Jamie would have probably have seen Betty at some point, but Harrison maybe would have just missed her. Like, Harrison might have seen her as a young kid, but Jamie's quite a lot older than Harrison in Park Drive, so it wouldn't have really matched, if you get what I mean. It would have just gone ahead and, you know, like, it would have been more Jamie who would have seen Betty as Jamie was older. We've got Frank J. Wiggy, so he's brothers with Alfred Wiggy, but I don't know, like, again, who else is related to the Wiggies. This is Frank J. Wiggy, 1945 to 2013, 1945 to 2011. So Frank J. Wiggy actually died a few years after Alfred Wiggy did. So for whatever reason, maybe Frank J. Wiggy couldn't take that Alfred Wiggy had gone. You know, there could be any logic behind it as to why Frank J. Wiggy died a few years after Alfred Wiggy. Now we have Lucy Boosie, 2001 to 2002, died shat nappy too hard. Yeah, I put this here, guys, I'm responsible. We just did it for a bit of fun, if I'm completely honest. It was just a bit of, you know, we had to put some funny ones in here for the crack. You know, nothing exactly. Yeah, this would have been your grandma.
Oh, right.
You know, like from years ago. Then we've got this one here, in loving memory of Justin Sofa. If you get the, you know, he got his name put on a bench, but his name's Justin Sofa. 1918 to 1940. So, you know. And then there is another bench here. There is one more person, Lloyd Armstrong, 1936 to 2000. This is Matthew Armstrong's The Postman. You know, the singing postman. This is who his dad would have been.
Okay, yeah.
That's who his dad would have been. So, God knows about his mum. His mum's maybe still out there somewhere, just doesn't care. Maybe, you know, obviously his brother's in Park Drive, played by Ant. But that's basically it. That's really it, guys. Like, that is literally... That's literally all the people in the graveyard so far. So we're leaving some of them blank for more Park Drive deaths, obviously. But, you know, we put some there for past and present people. Well, you know, past people. Gonna be obviously putting more down. So, anyway, if you guys can think of a last name for Mary, would really help me out. 1993 to 2017, like, I don't know, like, I was thinking of Mary Goodbody, but I'm not really sure. Like, Mary Goodbody. Mary Haminger. I don't know, like Mary Jones. Mary Jones
Yeah.
doesn't sound too bad. Like about, you know. Mary Anderson. Mary Clancy. Mary Bamforth. Mary Ellis. I don't
Mary
know,
had
like,
a little lamb.
I don't know really. Oh, it doesn't say anything. It says nothing.
Mary Nottingham.
Yeah, true. Mary Mary Norton. um, Mary Simpson. Mary Griffin.
If I keep getting out, I am gonna have to blood
Mary Noble.
stop having the cricket team.
I don't know really. Mary Taylor. Oh my, I actually knew a Mary Taylor from school. What about Mary Plum? I know I'm technically thinking of Mark Plum there, but I don't know, Mary Plum. Mary Nightingale. Wait, that's a real person as well, isn't it? Mary Nightingale. Yeah, I'm sure she presented the news. That Mary Jones doesn't. I'm gonna go with Mary Jones, I think. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do Mary. Yeah, let's do Mary Jones. Because Mary Jones just seems more, you know. I'm saying her last name. Oh, I'm gonna do Jones. 1993 to. Saying that though, if Jamie Loveridge is quite older, and he married Mary, when would have Jamie have been born? I reckon we should actually make her 87, and then we'll have saying that though, when did we say that Jamie's grandma died? Right, just before. Where was it? Oh yeah, 2005. So yeah, that's good then. We'll do 87. We'll do 87. Why not? We'll do, 87 Mary Jones. Just so they would have been like technically old enough to, we wouldn't want, Mary to be quite a lot older to. Alright, there we go. Mary Jones, yeah, 1987. 10 years before I was born in real. So that would have obviously made her 29. So yeah, she'd be 29. And, Jamie would be round maybe a couple of years older. So, anyway guys, I am going to leave this stream here. I want you guys to sing it back, bring it back, sing it back, bring it back to me, and we'll see you in the next stream. Oh god. Alright, I'll catch you in a bit, guys.